Are you a nostalgic gamer? I'm assuming so because you clicked on this video, and that's what we do here. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the Nostalgic Gamers Club. My name's Zach, and this is the show where apparently my desk is dirtier than I thought. This is the show where we look at retro video games and just kind of talk about them because, truth be told, I just like retro video games. I like old stuff, and I got a lot of it. So today I wanted to take a look at potentially one of, in my opinion, one of the greatest games of all time, but even more than that, one of the most influential games of all time, Grand Theft Auto 3. And I mentioned this a little bit in the episode about Vice City, but my intro to Grand Theft Auto 3 was my brother's girlfriend at the time was over at our house, and they were playing on their PlayStation 2 that I think she brought over. They were playing Grand Theft Auto 3. I was a little young. This came out in 2001, and in October of 2001, I had just turned 11. My birthday's in August, so it's, I was 11. I was a little bit young to be playing Grand Theft Auto 3. And really, this was the first game of its kind. I mean, there were obviously two whole entire Grand Theft Autos before this game, but this was the series transition into 3D. This was the first time that we had kind of like one of these really crime-riddled games in the 3D space. And especially for me, like I was intrigued because at the time I was, like I said, 11, and all I had ever really played was kids' games. I had played a lot of Zelda and Mario Kart and, just Nintendo games mostly that were made for kids. So when I saw Grand Theft Auto 3, there was a part of me, because, when you're 11, right, you want to find out more about the world. And I saw this and I was like, oh man, like that's my ticket right there. I'm going to learn what being an adult's all about. Newsflash, this is nothing like the real world. But when my brother had his girlfriend over, I just begged and I pleaded with my parents. I was like, please, just let me play this game for 5 minutes. And we worked out a bargain. They said, yeah, for 5 minutes, you can play Grand Theft Auto 3. Say less. So I went in there and I literally, all I did was I stole a car and I drove around. I don't even think I pulled a pew-pew on anybody. And for those of you here's the thing. I'm gonna pause myself for a second. A lot of people got really upset because I said Grand Theft Auto is a nostalgia bomb in one of the other videos, but I had to censor the word bomb in the title because YouTube doesn't like that. Same as like me saying pew pew instead of, it's because of the algorithm. Okay, that's it. That's it, because YouTube doesn't like it when you say things like that in a video. That's it. But anyway, all I did was drive around a car, and I don't know why, but I had this wildly vivid, specific memory of pressing triangle to get into the car. That's what I remember most. I remember that I think it was a green car. I pressed triangle and I got in, and that was it. That was just basically my whole experience at the time. Of course, as time went on and I was able to play some more mature games, I got into Grand Theft Auto 3 myself. And let me tell you, this game was wonderful. Still to this day, I think it holds up. Obviously, the graphics aren't as good as they used to be. When you look at them through a modern lens, they definitely don't hold up. So Grand Theft Auto 3 came out originally for PlayStation 2. It was re-released for about every console under the sun. But this came out on October 23rd, 2001, and we're just going to take a look at the front cover here. I have the Greatest Hits edition, as you can tell by the Greatest Hits banner up top. That sounded sassy. I don't mean to be sassy with you guys. Maybe I'm just tired. Maybe I'm like cranky today and I just don't know it. I don't know. I feel fine. I feel great. Anyway, I have the Greatest Hits version. And for those of you just listening, I'm going to kind of go through what is on this front and back cover, as well as the instruction booklet on the inside. So kind of going clockwise here, we have a police helicopter. And this is I don't remember all these characters' names. I'm going to say that right now. People are going to know who these characters are in the comments. And I do hope genuinely that you let me know, because I don't remember who all these characters are. But we have a grizzled looking man there in the middle. Over here in the upper right, we got a girl who looks like she's maybe, she's thinking something sinister. There's a lot of people on this box art, which as time went on, I feel like they did a little bit more scenery as well. Right underneath that, we got another very angry looking gentleman. We have a car with an explosion in the background. Looks like it kind of I'm going to bring this up to the camera. It almost looks like there's another car exploding in the background of that shot, which is cool. We have a couple guys. It's cool. This guy takes up 2 panels. And then above him, we have a dude standing in front of what looks like 2 like Playboy bunnies in the background there. And he's not looking too happy. We got our man Goatee Sam here, a vehicle, and then we got a couple guys in this shot as well. We have a bald gentleman in the front and a man with the goatee in the back. A different goatee gentleman there. in case you're just listening. This game, of course, rated M for mature, and we have the little Rockstar badge here in the lower right. Let's flip it over. I'm just going to go top to bottom here. It says, Rockstar presents a Rockstar North game. Grand Theft Auto 3. Liberty City, USA. The worst place in America. You've been betrayed and left for dead. Now you're taking revenge unless the city gets you first. Mob bosses need a favor, crooked cops need help, and street gangs want you dead. You'll have to rob, steal, and kill just to stay out of serious trouble. Anything can happen out there. And we do have a couple little reviews here because, like I said before, Greatest Hits Edition. Grand Theft Auto 3 expands on the very idea of what a game has traditionally been. That's from IGN.com. A mafioso masterpiece, Maxim. Says down here, and I'm sure most of us know this game was one player. It took up 500 kilobytes for the save on your memory card, which is just wild how little that is. Analog control, vibration function, and pressure sensitive. Rated mature for violence, blood, and strong language. And I do want to go over the photos here that are on the back. So it looks like we have our hero maybe stealing a car or carjacking here in the upper left. Next to that, we have a little bit of a chase going on here, or maybe some sort of altercation between these two cars. Based on the location here, it looks like it might be in Chinatown. Up here, we got our boy on the rooftops. He's looking for trouble. He's got his weapon aimed at someone down there. Underneath that, we have our hero walking away from a taxi cab, and we see the spray auto shop down there. And that was always fun, right? Like I remember you'd get your car, you drive into one of the spray shops, and even if you were being pursued by the police, somehow that just took care of all of it. If I'm not mistaken, they could follow you right into the spray shop essentially, and they'd be like, "Oh, where'd you go? That's a different color car." Down here we have our hero. His name's Claude. Down here we have Claude walking away from what looks like a helicopter landing zone. And in this last frame here, we have, God, it's so hard to read. This is so, you guys got to realize, when I'm reading this is like a solid 1.5 feet in front of me, and I got old man eyes. This is a retro game channel. I got old man eyes. It says Capital Auto Sales, and we have this kind of decked out car here in the front. This game, so one of the things that I really loved about this game that I want to talk about is it gave you so many options of things to do. You could paint your car. You could get custom cars. You could, if you wanted to get up on the roof for a mission and, pick off your target that way, you could. You could do it really however you wanted. This truly was a sandbox experience. And just as a heads up, I did not look at the instruction booklet before recording this. I wanted to be as surprised and delighted as all of you. So let's open it up and look at the instruction booklet. Of course, we have the wonderful art on the game. This is just iconic, right? Like I see this, this just screams Grand Theft Auto 3. Even if you couldn't see the title, you would know right away that that's Grand Theft Auto 3. So here on the front, let me close this bad boy up. Here on the front, we see Grand Theft Auto 3, Welcome to Liberty City. Huge cast of characters here on the front. And I think this was interesting because it had this very cartoony style, especially in the illustrations, but the game was a little bit more realistic. It still has a cartoony bend, and especially at the time, it was the graphics weren't great. So having that cartoony sort of bend to the characters did help a lot, but they were certainly not this cartoony in the game itself. Right on the inside here, it says contents with a little photo of Claude here, and it says, Welcome to Liberty City, the worst place in America. I just noticed this at the very bottom here, a terrible place for a holiday. So we have just kind of your basic, getting started, starting up. And I'm going to read the bottoms. So it looks like at the bottom of each page, there's like a little quip. So this at the bottom says, Welcome to Liberty City, proudly fed a diet of fast food and cheap guns. Oh, this is great. So it kind of showcases some locations and useful tools here for how to find your way around. And in case you weren't aware, this was set in sort of a New York City-esque area. So we have Portland, Staten Island, Shoreside Vale, bridges and tunnels. You got your map. Welcome to Liberty City, where lunatics prosper. Amen. Transportation, so you can go by car, by train, by subway, by boat, by plane, on foot. This was huge. To this day, and there were a lot of things like in Vice City that did this as well, and in further Grand Theft Autos down the line. But the fact that you could get in a plane and fly around the map was so cool. The fact that you could get on or in a train and get around the map was so cool. And of course, the number one way that everyone loves, oh, there it is, triangle button, is just you press triangle, you get into a car, and you just go. Not quite as novel anymore. You can do that in a lot of games these days, but at the time, that was really the only one doing it. Welcome to Liberty City, where your car is all our car. So there's a little thing here on how to get a job, how to get some extra work. Because, you wanted to have money in this game. You wanted to be able to have some cashola. Welcome to Liberty City, a great place to leave. I love the idea that this is like a tour guide where they just hate their city. There's a lot of information on this page. I'm going to go ahead and just hold this up here if you want to pause this and read through some of this. I'm kind of covering up a little bit there. My apologies. So there you go. You can pause it there if you want to read through some of this. It says where to stay. There's a little blurb here about law enforcement. It says, I am not the law, but these gentlemen are. Talks a little bit here about how you can go to ammunition, the hospital, spray shops, bomb shops, police station, jail, ammunition, all kind of the hallmarks that ended up becoming staples in the Grand Theft Auto series. Here's the thing. I never played 1 and 2. I played a little bit of 1 and 2, but barely. And I know some of these were in 1 and 2, but in my opinion, this is really where those became solidified as staples of the franchise. Welcome to Liberty City. Makes you wish you'd stayed at home. We have this really cool map here. So this was at a time when most maps were still just kind of those basic, rudimentary, top-down. There wasn't a lot to it. The map itself wasn't very interesting to look at. And that wasn't the case universally, just in some situations. But here we see this really cool sort of 3D rendered view of the map with various interest points. And I think it's cool. Around the map here, we see different illustrations of all the characters that we've been seeing throughout this instruction booklet. Just kind of neat. Nice little touch. And this is cool too. So in this game, there are gangs, and it's one of those things that if you don't know what you're looking at, it can kind of be hard to keep them all straight. So they do go through here. It says local gangs. You got the Leone family, the Triads, Yakuza, Diablos, Southside Hoods, Colombian Cartel, Yardies. We have some of our local figureheads. Oh, hey, look at it. See, I told you, I didn't look through this before. So this is all those characters from the front. We can probably go back and redo that if we wanted to, but we're not gonna. So they just go through here and they show you all the different characters that you're going to be kind of encountering. It says up here, people who run this town. Also, I almost missed this on the last page. Welcome to Liberty City, where dreams are broken. On this page, visit at your own risk. And you guys, I flippin' love this. This was not being done at the time. Vice City did this as well. I really loved this and that instruction booklet too. But this is actually like classified ads, and it looks as if somebody went in and circled different things that you might want to look at. But just like the radio stations in the Grand Theft Auto games, these are just kind of silly and stupid. There's an ad here for Fernando's New Beginnings, a revolutionary way to save your marriage. Welcome to Liberty City, where the only dirty word is hope. And again, I'll pause it here. So if you guys want to look at some of these classified ads, this is just so funny to me. Let me get a little closer there for you. Honestly, I flippin' love this. We do have the credits of the radio stations here. There was a lot of music. We have the credits of the game itself. Back here at the back, on the last couple pages here, we have a little ad for Midnight Club 2, which was coming January of 2003. And coming in October of 2002, we have Grand Theft Auto Vice City, which there's a video for that right here. And then after the back cover here, we just have our basic controls. Nothing too special about that part. And you guys, with that, we are wrapping up another episode of the Nostalgic Gamers Club here on YouTube. Well, it's exclusively on YouTube. I don't have a Patreon or anything, so, well, yet. Maybe I will. Let me know if you think I should have a Patreon or if you think I should not. But anyway, thank you guys so much for watching and taking this little trip down memory lane with me. All of these videos are truly just designed to hang out with you guys, honestly. I wanted to make a channel and videos that felt like I was just hanging out with my buddies and reminiscing about old video games that we love. So hope you enjoyed this as much as I enjoyed making it. And with that, I'm going to see you guys next week. Peace.